I'm honored to have you here, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to our latest video where we'll be exploring Daniel Berger, physician. Daniel Berger, born November 25, 1957, is a leading HIV specialist in the United States. A clinical associate professor at the Chicago campus of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, Berger is also founder and medical director of Northstar Medical Center, Chicago's largest private HIV/AIDS research and treatment center. Berger has received numerous awards for his work as a researcher and teacher, including the Charles East Clifton Leadership Award for Excellence and Leadership to the Chicago HIV Community 2006, the Distinguished Researcher in HIV Medicine Award from Serono Laboratories 2000, and the American College of Physicians Preceptor Award for Outstanding Teaching in Internal Medicine 1996. In 2021, Berger was recipient of the Visual AIDS Vanguard Award for his exceptional work as an HIV specialist who has made essential contributions to HIV and AIDS medical treatments, as well as his passion for art and the legacy of art AIDS activism as a collector, curator, archivist, and philanthropist. Welcome to the next segment, where we explore biography and its significance in our journey. Born in Brooklyn, New York, Daniel Berger is the son of Hungarian immigrants Kathy and Kalman Berger and brother to Kenneth Ira Berger. Kathy Berger, 1926-2016, was a survivor of Nazi concentration camp Auschwitz, liberated from Bergen-Belsen at the end of WW II. Her biography and testimony has been recorded and documented in the Show Foundation archives to Pahaninist viewing page testimony der Return in Digzusk. Kalman Berger, 1921-1984, was a survivor of Nazi slave labor in Hungary, Poland, Germany, and Russia. Berger's brother Kenneth Ira Berger is a professor departments of medicine and neuroscience, physiology, and medical director at the Tisch Pulmonary Function Lab at NYU. Has conducted extensive research and has more than 50 publications in the areas of pulmonary physiology, cardiovascular and pulmonary outcomes of World Trade Center exposure, mucopolysaccharidosis, Pompe's disease, and pulmonary manifestations of obesity to pulmonary. Berger received his Bachelor of Science from Touro College in New York City and his medical doctor from Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science, the Chicago Medical School, North Chicago. He interned at Lutheran General Hospital of Park Ridge, Illinois, and completed his residency at St. Joseph Hospital of Chicago, Illinois. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore HIV research from a different angle. At Northstar Medical Center, where he serves as principal investigator, Berger has conducted nearly 200 HIV-related clinical trials. Well known in the antiretroviral drug research and development community, Berger has published dozens of articles in peer-reviewed medical journals and authored abstracts in many international conferences on HIV-related treatment. During the first years of HIV treatment development, Berger presented his work on several watershed studies on the development of the drug cocktail. Highlights include a presentation at the 1992 International AIDS Conference describing the first use of combination therapy with zidovin and adenosine for patients who were consistently antigenic despite zidovin monotherapy. Also, Berger conducted the first investigations of interleukin II in advanced HIV disease patients, presented at the 1998 International Conference on AIDS. During the years, antiretroviral therapy for HIV disease experienced a revolution in therapeutics. Berger was heavily involved as principal investigator of these agents and co-authored several resultant iconic publications of trials including the Power 2, Titan, Duet, and Startbook studies and the first studies of elvitegravir. Berger often lectures to physicians around the U.S. on topics relating to incorporating of newer antiretroviral therapies into treatment. Additionally, Berger frequently publishes editorial articles in the lay press. From 2012 to the present, Berger has been conducting studies with newer antiretroviral agents and participating in clinical trials that have led to a fine-tuning of treatment of HIV infection and contributed to the development of Gilead Sciences' Stribild, Complera, TAF tenofovir alphanamide, Genvoya, OC and GS 9883, as well as Merck's non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor MK1439 doravirine. Current studies include a study of African American HIV patients GSUS 384,580 with the protocol title, a phase of multicenter, open-label study to evaluate switching from a regimen of two nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors NRTI plus a third agent to a fixed-dose combination FDC of bictegravir-emtricitabine tenofovir alafenamide buftaf in virologically suppressed HIV-1 infected African American participants. Berger is currently involved in studies of newer antiretroviral agents with novel mechanisms of action, lenacapavir, which belongs to a new class of drugs called capsid inhibitors which can be administered by injection every 6 months, and islatravir from Merck, which belongs to a new class of ARV drugs called nucleoside reverse transcriptase translocation inhibitor. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Berger was a guest speaker at Larry Bernstein's What Happens Next conference, speaking on treatments, lessons learned from HIV. In 2016, Berger was named Best Practitioner of the Year by the Chicago Reader. With our foundation established, it's time to explore art patronage and its relevance to our overarching theme. In addition to his medical and research practices, Berger is an avid collector of contemporary art, with a specialization in works by African American, Chicago-based and queer artists. In 2010, he opened Iceberg Projects, a not-for-profit art gallery, in a refurbished carriage house behind his home in Chicago's Rogers Park neighborhood. Iceberg Projects is operated by Berger and a board of arts professionals including Huey Copeland, Doug Ishka, John Neff, Carrie Schneier, and Rebecca Walls. A Chicago Reader profile of Berger discussing his collection and work with Iceberg Projects is available at Chicago.com. Leadership Daniel Berger quietly redefining what it means to support the arts. Since 2012, Berger has been a member of the Board of Governors for the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. In 2016, he joined the Collections Committee of the Museum of Contemporary Art, Chicago. He is also co-president of the Board of Trustees for the Leslie Lohman Museum, New York, where he has been a trustee and collections committee member since 2016. In 2014, Dr. Berger founded the Daniel Berger Barbara de Genevieve Scholarship in Photography, a yearly scholarship to an individual enrolled in the School of the Art Institute of Chicago's MFA program honoring the late Barbara de Genevieve. A year later, Berger was listed by Newcity's The Art 50 as one of the top 50 most influential individuals in Chicago's art community. In 2015, Berger acquired the Archives of Arts Preceptor, an affinity group of ACTUPNY. Later that year, Berger and John Neff, an artist, curator, and art educator who is a founding board member of Iceberg Projects, curated the first exhibition of the Archives of Arts Preceptor, Militant Eroticism, at Iceberg Projects. Berger's arts-related publications include the books Militant Eroticism, The Arts Preceptor Archives of 2017, edited by Daniel South. Berger and John Neff, and published by Sternberg Press to Sternberg Press, Compaged, and David Wernarovich, Flesh of My Flesh of 2018, from Iceberg Projects Press and distributed by SPD Books, Berkeley, C.A.Tips Books and Products. David Wernarovich, Flesh of My Fascisks. For the 2016 exhibition Broken Flag, Iceberg Projects produced an accompanying chapbook of the same title by Daniel South. Berger and curator Omar Khalif. Berger served as co-president of Leslie Lohman Museum of Art from January 1, 2019 to January 1, 2021, and is now chair of collections and acquisitions for the museum, where he helped craft the museum's first acquisitions policy. As co-president of LLMA, he was responsible in moving the museum towards greater inclusivity, spearheading the museum's name change, striking LLM of gay and lesbian art, and incorporating queer in its new vision statement. Berger was also co-president of the museum during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic and helped maintain financial and programmatic and functioning stability of the museum during the crisis. He served as chair of a selection committee in search of an interim director and formed a selection committee to hire the permanent position of museum director. Since January 2020, Berger has been a member of the board of advisors to the Bloch Museum of Art at Northwestern University. As we enter this new phase, let's navigate the complexities of selected references and discover its practical applications. HIV, the first-year book, An Essential Guide for the Newly Diagnosed, by Brett Groddick, foreword by Daniel South. Berger MD, with substantial contributions throughout the book by Berger. Tupawunsan Nabukawa first year have Brett Groddick, Debbie Haggins, and Prince Kumar, and Michael Say, and Unsen Kelvin. Warpa, and Indira Bra, and Daniel Berger, and Olami Osaimi, and Coran O'Heilman, and Moti Rambapal, and Cheryl MacDonald, and Christiana Blair, Kristen Andretta, Sean East, Collins, MD, Diana M. Brainerd, and Hal Martin, MD, on behalf of the BRAV investigators. Switching to bictegravir-emtricitabine tenofovir alafenamide in Black Americans with HIV-1. A randomized phase-up, multi-center, open-label study. JAIDS. I appreciate your time and I'm grateful for every like, comment, and share.